Do you know that you don't need to have everything figured out for you to walk confidently into your next season? In fact, most of the confident people that you and I know, they are people who are still trying to figure it out. The only thing is they have just learned how to move on even in uncertainty. If that's where you are, then this video is for you. Hello, beautiful people. You are welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Oluwakemi Akiode. I work with young people, helping them to find clarity and to gain confidence as they go on their life's journey. I also work with parents, helping them to build and develop healthy and stronger family connection. On this channel, however, I talk about all things that are related to family life, parenting, adulting, growing up, faith, and I share general tips that help us to achieve success in life. If any of that sounds like something that would interest you, please do well to subscribe to this channel, and I promise you it will definitely be worth your time. Thank you. Today's topic is something that I know that a lot of us we secretly struggle with, but we rarely admit it. All of us like to show up feeling like, oh, I've got my life figured out. I know exactly what I'm doing. But the truth is, sometimes you don't actually know what you're doing. And that's okay. Honestly, we've all been there at some point or the other. That's perfectly fine. And then some of us, we are now like, okay, now that it seems like I don't even know where my life is going, what exactly am I supposed to do? So today we want to look at how to move beyond that point of, oh, how do I move on? Like, how do I build confidence when I have no idea where my life is going? It's like, I'm just not sure. I'm just in that state where I don't even know exactly what I'm doing. So how then do I build confidence from that point? Maybe for you, maybe 2025 didn't turn out as you expected or as you imagined. Maybe you have lots of plans that actually collapsed, or maybe life took a turn that you didn't expect, or maybe it just feels like 2025 things just did not work out for you the way you thought it was going to work out. And now 2026 is here, just few days to go. We have less than 40 days to step into 2026, and you are probably there worried, maybe even scared. Let me reassure you, your uncertainty does not disqualify you. Let me say that again. Your uncertainty, it doesn't disqualify you, and it does not mean that you lack value or purpose. Your uncertainty does not disqualify you, and it does not mean that you lack value or that you lack purpose. So let's get into it. I'm just going to pick about 6 or 7 points that I've tried to put together to see, okay, what should we do, or how do we handle this phase of our life? The first thing I want to highlight to us today is that confidence is not about knowing the destination. It is about you trusting your ability to walk. When you see people who you think are confident, like, oh, this person knows exactly what they are doing. I don't think they know what they are doing before they started, but they started and then they figured out how to do it, and they figured out exactly what they are doing. And then that's how they develop their confidence. So while most people will think that, oh, confidence comes from clarity, no, the truth is clarity actually comes from doing, not before you do it. So it is when you do, that is when you see that you begin to develop the confidence. When you take small steps forward, even when you're not sure, you're telling your brain begins to develop that evidence that, oh, you are capable, you can do this. So I want you to say to yourself that I may not know everything yet, but I know enough to start. I may not know everything yet, but I know enough to start. Remember that confidence is built through action. Confidence is built when you take a step, not from perfection. Just imagine a little child. Think of it as a little child who is about to start walking. If that child never tries to take that first steps, the child will never walk. The child will be looking at others and seeing them walk and will be like, oh, I also want to be able to walk. But you have to take the first step. You take the first step. You know, children, when they are trying to walk, when they take the first step, they fall down, they hit their bum on the floor, they get up again and they walk. And that's how they develop confidence. That's how they develop that clarity, that confidence in themselves to say, oh, this is actually how to do it. So keep that at the back of your mind. And remember that confidence is not about knowing the destination, but it happens as you begin to walk. Okay. So the second thing I want to talk about is you need to stop comparing your journey. Stop comparing your journey. While it may seem like, oh, some people have figured out their whole life, oh, they have their degree, they have their businesses, they have their job, they have their marriage, they have their influence. Please do not compare yourself to others. You are not late. You are not behind. You are on your own timeline, not on another person's timeline. We need to remember that while you are on maybe page 1 of your story, another person might be on their chapter 40. While you are on chapter 1 of your story, someone else might be on chapter 10. So you need to stop comparing your journey. What comparison does is it kills your confidence because it makes you forget what is unique about you. It makes you forget what makes you special. It makes you forget what makes you you. It makes you forget the uniqueness that you have. So please stop comparing yourself. Instead of comparing, ask yourself, what is my next step? What should be my next line of action? What should I do from here? That's how you develop confidence. When you look at yourself and you ask yourself questions like, okay, so what should I do next? 2025 is almost ending. I had dreams, I had goals, and it looks like, oh, things didn't go out the way I wanted it to go. The question should be, what should I do next? Not saying, oh, see my friend, oh, see my brother, oh, see my sister. No, focus on you. Go back to the drawing board and say, okay, so what should I do next? If something is not working, ask questions. So please remember that if you have to develop confidence, then you need to stop comparing yourself. The third thing I want to talk about is the fact that your confidence comes from your identity, not your circumstances, not your achievement, not where you live, not your current situation. Your confidence is linked to your identity. If you are a person whose confidence is only because of maybe, oh, I work in so and so I live in so and so, or I do this, life is going to shake you. What happens if you lose that job? What happens if you need to move away from that environment? So you see why you cannot allow your confidence to be tied to physical things or material things. It has to be you. It has to be about who you are. When your confidence comes from who you are and not what you have, then you become grounded as a person. You become grounded as a person. You are contented with who you are and you find confidence in exactly who you are and not what you have. Remember that as a person of faith, as a believer, your identity has to be anchored in God's purpose for your life, not your present situation, not your present state of even maybe it is confusion. Your identity, it has to be anchored to God's purpose for your life. So please put that at the back of your mind. Let your confidence not be in, oh, because I have this or because I have achieved it, but rather let it be in who you are, in your identity, in who God has called you to be, in that thing that makes you you, that makes you unique, and not about anything external. Okay, that's point number 3, right? I hope you're following. The fourth thing would be that you need to learn to build confidence through daily wins. Yes, build your confidence through daily wins. What do I mean by that? Little things that you get done every day. It will help you to build your confidence. You need to learn to stop focusing on the big picture and then you need to start winning at small things. If you are waiting until you achieve that big dream of yours before you think, oh yeah, this is I've gotten to that confidence level, it will never happen. But when you learn to do it with the small things, when you learn to win with small things daily, it will definitely help you. So think of things like, oh, I tell myself that, oh, every day I want to pray for 30 minutes. If you do that, that's a daily win. Oh, I want to read 5 pages of a book. That's a daily win. That's amazing. I want to go for a walk. I want to walk for, say, 15 minutes every day. And you get to do that. That's a daily win. So those little things that you kind of overlook every day, they are little wins that will help you build your confidence. So think of all of those things. I know there is one big, massive goal that you think you have, but having a big goal and not breaking them down into things that you can do daily, it won't work. You will be under pressure, and that is why you will feel like, oh, you're not doing anything with your life, you're not achieving things. But how about you break it down into things you can track daily? How about you break it down into things that you can look at daily and say, oh, today I actually read 5 pages of that book. I actually studied my Bible for 30 minutes. I actually prayed in tongue for this number of minutes that I said I was going to do. Oh, I actually spent time studying that book. Oh, I spent time doing that course. So break it down into things that you can track daily, and that becomes your daily wins, which will eventually help you to build momentum. Remember that your small wins, they will build momentum. That momentum will build your identity, and the identity will build your confidence. Yeah. Point number 5 is you need to start learning to talk to yourself and not at yourself. There is a difference between talking to yourself and talking at yourself. Your inner voice, they matter. Yeah, the conversation that happens between you and you on the inside, they matter, because your inner voice will actually shape your outward results. So instead of saying things like, oh, I'm behind, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, everyone is ahead of me, I don't even know what I am doing, those are your inner voices, right? Those are the things you say to yourself when no one is there. Those are the conversations that go on in your head. How about you start rephrasing things? It's important for us to actually learn to rephrase things because it helps us, it helps our mindset. So you could say things like, oh, I am learning, I am growing, God is guiding me, I'm allowed to be in the season of transition, I can figure this out step by step. You see, one trick that also works is start learning, start adding yet to things. Oh, instead, I think I have a video on my channel that I broke this thing down. So instead of saying something like, I don't have money, say, I don't have money yet. You see the difference? When you say, I don't have money, it's like, oh, I've thrown in the towel. This is like, it's a dead end. There's no going on from here. But when you say, I don't have money yet, that adds hope to it. And that helps your mindset. So learn to talk to yourself and not at yourself. Confidence also grows in environments where your mind feels safe. So if your mind feels safe, if there's positivity surrounding you, then you will find out that your confidence will also grow. The sixth thing, right? I believe that's the sixth thing, is you also need to surround yourself with people who would lift your identity. Remember, I said that your confidence is linked to your identity. So you need to be around people, you need to be in environments where people encourage you. You cannot build confidence in an environment where people constantly criticize you, belittle you, or minimize you. You would I mean, there's just no two way about it. That confidence will keep going down as you're trying to build it. They will just keep watering it down, and that's why it's important for you to surround yourself with positive people, with people who would help you to grow. One important thing some of us have to do as 2025 is coming to an end is we must now get to a point where we make that bold decision to say, I'm going to protect my circle. I'm going to protect my confidence by protecting my circle. You need to, one thing you must do to see that your confidence gets better in 2026 is that find people who would encourage you to grow. Find people who will celebrate your progress. Find people who will speak life into you and into your journey. You need to find people that would see the potential in you. You need to find people who would hold you accountable to your greatness. That is how you build confidence. That is how you build confidence. You also need to work with people who know who they are, who are safe in themselves, who are secured in their identity. Because the truth is, iron sharpens iron. The companion of the fools, the Bible says they would be destroyed. So, truth is, confidence is actually contagious. If you stay around people who carry confidence, people who are confident in who they are, the chances that you would also pick up that habit and you will be confident. So one quick action for you as we begin to count down to the end of 2025, do an audit of your circle. Yes, do an audit of your circle and look at it. Every time I speak to this person, how do I feel? Do they make me feel less of myself? Do they belittle me, or do they encourage me? So once you identify that, then you know the people you want to move with in 2026. Even if it means building new networks, it is what your life, it is what your progress. Okay, yeah. So the final notes, the final points, which is point number 7 right now, is that I need you to know that, remember that uncertainty is a transition, not a destination. Remember, I started by saying that confidence isn't knowing the destination. Now, the fact that you are at a point of uncertainty, also tell yourself that it is a transition. That's not a destination. You need to know that feeling lost does not mean that your story is over. And it just means that you are entering a chapter where there is growth, where there is God, where God's grace will reveal things to you before you can even see it. So bear that in mind, that whatever, if you are in a state where it feels like I'm confused, I don't even know where I'm going, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life, say to yourself that it's a transition. And you know, the honest truth is sometimes actually God hides clarity to strengthen your trust in Him. So it might be a time for you to go back to God in the place of prayer and say, I'm just confused. So God wants you to learn to trust in Him. God wants you to see His hand at work in that situation. Sometimes confusion can also be, it could also be a place of preparation. It could be a place of preparation. And you know that sometimes even silence could be direction. So sometimes you feel like, oh, God is not saying anything. That in itself is direction. If you feel to you like, oh, God, you have not told me what to do, it's probably teaching you to be patient. It's probably teaching you to look into that face and see what lesson is there for you. So you need to remember that even though you might not see it, the truth is your path is unfolding. You might not see it yet, but what I am confident is that your path is definitely unfolding. So as we begin to wrap up 2025, as you begin to make plans for 2026, I don't want you to feel like, oh, I've wasted this year. In all of the things that has happened to you this year, take a moment, reflect and say, okay, what are the learning curves? What are the lessons I can learn from this? I hope this video helps you. I hope it helps you to know that you can build confidence, that even though you are at a phase where it feels like you haven't figured your life out yet, there is still a lesson that you can learn in that phase of your life. I hope you find today's video helpful. If this video speaks to you, please make sure to like this video, to subscribe to this channel, and comment. Yes, I need you to comment and say, I am building confidence in 2026. And also, do not forget to share this video to encourage someone. If you have someone who feels like, oh, I'm just in a state where I don't even know what is happening, please do well to share this video with them, to encourage them. Share it with whoever you know it will inspire. Share it with whoever you know it will bless. And do not forget to leave a comment saying, I am building confidence in 2026. Till I come your way, keep winning.